A, Aspen, ASPN. All right. I don't know this company well. We did have it on model portfolio at one point as a growth company. A growth company like this should do well in this environment. Lower interest rate. Let me throw it up at the top. Yes, I agree. ASPN can do well today just because of the inflation print here. Very low RSI. You have a bearish cross there at the 2050 bearish cross, but I don't think that's going to matter today. You look above, you have candle resistance here at 25.11. It's almost there. Next target, 20 DMA, 26.10. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say that's your target. A good possibility if the fundamentals are good here. You've done the research. I haven't. I know Jonah Lufton, I think Jonah Lufton covers this one, and he's a good fundamental researcher. So if you trust his analysis and you believe his thesis on the fundamentals, look how low that RSI is right now. That RSI is super low. I could see this thing breaking 2610 and just flying over the next couple weeks to, you know, high 29s or something like that. So ASPN, good call out there from Sun Sign Girl. All right, yesterday morning, a participant in our community on the live show mentioned ASPN, and we made it a top 5 pick. All right, we gave you a target of 2664 initially, and we predicted we're actually going to break 2664. So yesterday morning, this thing was about 2450. When it was 2450, live on the show, someone asked me about it. I said, I think we're breaking the 20. I think we're breaking the 50. Low RSI, small cap flow. And this thing's headed to, I think on the show yesterday, I put about 28 or so. I didn't write up as official story trading idea for that. But basically, I gave the 4-pillar analysis to that person who asked on the show, and it's going perfectly according to plan. Let me go back to IWM. I'm sorry. Let's go back to IWM. So IWM yesterday was up. Was it up? It was up 0.7%. I mean, okay, because of gap. All right. It gave a lot back. So it's like a closed green candle there, not an open green candle. Come on. Yeah. See that closed green candle? We opened up much higher. It still closed up 0.7%. Okay. But these value microcaps, even though IWM didn't perform too great, look at how great some of these did. Air up 13%. Look at the trend too. Look how they closed. Up 13%, closed at the highs. IPWR up 10%, closed at the highs. Evolve up 7%, closed at the highs. ULBI up 7%, closed at the highs. Quick up 5%. RQ closed at the highs. All right, all outperforming the overall broader index of IWM. I'm going to glean from this. That potentially there's a rally getting ready to happen in the IWM. Why am I gleaning that? Because when you start seeing a change, you start seeing money rotating, you're going to go to the higher quality companies first. And my thesis is I have higher quality companies in this microcap value list. You can see. Guys, we did it. It's Thursday, July 11th, pre-market prep. And man, what was I telling you about IWM all week long? We use those hints, right? We look at technicals, we look at sentiment, we look at everything to come up with predictions. And we were telling you, we were seeing signs underneath IWM. We're like, IWM's flat all week, all right? But underneath IWM, something is going on, right? Yeah, it was, okay. Underneath IWM, something was going on because the quality small cap names were rocketing this week, and they were all at key inflection points with low RSIs, right? That's what I saw. That's why we were pounding the table on IWM. CPI came in, I think, down 1.1% month over month. Now, that's all that's going to matter right now for today. As far as the sentiment goes and the headlines, there's other data out there. There's jobs data. There's a lot of critics out there about this. There's a lot of people talking about, you know, that this stuff is manufactured for the election. Doesn't matter. All right. The headlines, inflation down month over month.
Happening story trading family. You guys could have made money like this today. Let's swing on over to Ben and let's see what he has to say.
Today was another incredible day at story trading. Not only did we have this big winner in Hawaiian Electric up 11%, stock option recommendation we made was up 150%, but Air AEHR, up 14.5% in after hours. It's at 14.21. Well, check this out. In our Discord community right here, under trade ideas, I made AIR an official story trading pick. It was actually called out in the main trading lounge at about 9:39 a.m. An hour later, we made it official with a full write-up here, 10:39. Check out these story trade ideas, how we do it here. The story trading style, we have something called the 4 pillars. It's catalyst, sentiment, fundamentals, and technicals. And you can see that right here. What we do is we take the catalyst, we say, how's that catalyst going to impact sentiment? How's it impact fundamentals? We triangulate with technicals, and we give you the thesis and the price target. Yesterday morning, price target, 14.27. The price at the time was $12.17. We hit that on the nose here at after hours, right now at 14.27. Join our story trading community right now. We have an update already for you on air. What's going to happen next?
Man, Ben and the team absolutely nailed it today, as you just saw. But here's the best part. Right now, you can become part of the Discord community for only $5. Yeah, $5. That's just cutting back on 1 cup of coffee for the month. I know you guys got it, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the room so you guys can level up your trading. See you there. So head on over, guys, and use promo code 5 for the win.
It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. Story trading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.
Q&A, Aspen, ASPN. All right, I don't know this company well. We did have it on model portfolio at one point as a growth company. A growth company like this should do well in this environment. Lower interest rate. Let me throw it up at the top. Yes, I agree. ASPN can do well today just because of the inflation print here. Very low RSI. You have a bearish cross there at the 2050 bearish cross, but I don't think that's going to matter today. You look above, you have candle resistance here at 2511. It's almost there. Next target, 20 DMA, 2610. I'm going to say that's your target. A good possibility if the fundamentals are good here. You've done the research. I haven't. I know Jonah Lupton. I think Jonah Lupton covers this one, and he's a good fundamental researcher. So if you trust his analysis and you believe his thesis on the fundamentals, look how low that RSI is right now. That RSI is super low. I could see this thing breaking 2610 and just flying over the next couple weeks to high 29s or something like that. So ASPN, good call out there from Sun Sign Girl. All right, yesterday morning, a participant in our community on the live show mentioned ASPN, and we made it a top 5 pick. All right, we gave you a target of 2664 initially, and we predicted we're actually going to break 2664. So yesterday morning, this thing was about 2450. When it was 2450, live on the show, someone asked me about it. I said, I think we're breaking the 20. I think we're breaking the 50. Low RSI, small cap flow, and this thing's headed to, I think on the show yesterday, I put about 28 or so. I didn't write up an official story trading idea for that, but basically I gave the 4-pillar analysis to that person who asked on the show, and it's going perfectly according to plan.
What's happening, story trading family? Hope everyone's having a great night tonight, and let's just check out some of the plays that we had yesterday in our Discord. So yesterday in our Discord, as you see here, we had here some of our top 3 picks. The first one being Dell, SMCI, MU. And man, let me tell you, some of our members absolutely crushed it yesterday. Some of them made 100, 200, 250% returns, and some made 100% returns in the first 8 minutes of the market being open. Absolutely massive. But what's even crazier is the news that we just got. Check this out. So Dell, NVIDIA, and SMC collaborate to power Musk's Gronk AI factory.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, we are back. Another awesome day here at Story Trading. We made some incredible predictions. Let me just get this background set, and now we're ready to go. Obviously, the big news over the weekend, unfortunate news, but big news for the markets is the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. We had a bunch of trade ideas over the weekend, well, 3 of them. One of them was Bitcoin. Our top one was Bitcoin. In fact, let's look at that first. So let me go to our Discord app so you can see this, because this was an incredible call out we made yesterday. We have these trade ideas in our official format: catalyst, sentiment, fundamentals, and technicals. Check this out. At 4:40, it was $60,200. Give you a swing target of 61,000 to 64,000. Really, it's more like 63,750. Round it up because that's also near a key moving average. But in any case, we gave this to you at 4:49 p.m. Within a half an hour, the thing was spiking hard. Within 1 hour, it hit our first target of 61,000. This is what we do best at Story Trading. I can't tell you how often it happens that we give you something and it explodes imminently within hours, sometimes within a day, less often within 2 or 3 days. And that's because of our market philosophy. We believe markets are efficient. And when you have a delta of information, you have a delta in price. All right. And we can make these predictions because with my 25 years of experience, I've come to appreciate everyone in the market. Right? I'm not just this fundamental investors. I only think fundamental investors are right. I'm not this like technical trader. I only think technical traders are right. Everyone deserves to be respected in the market. All right. The market price is a reflection of what the opinion of all market participants, and market participants are trading based on fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. So what we do is we look at the catalyst, we interpret what is that impact? What's the impact of that catalyst on sentiment? What's the impact of that catalyst on fundamentals? And then we triangulate with that with technicals, and we give you a thesis and a price target. And once again, within hours, we're seeing Bitcoin hit our first target, making it over to the second target. You can see clearly here on the chart, you have candle resistance at 63,750. Then you have the 50 DMA roughly at $64,000 with an RSA, which is still not overbought. Now, why? Why was Bitcoin our first pick? Let's get back to this over here. All right, Trump assassination attempt. We also talked about GEO. We'll get to that. We also talked about DJT, but we wanted to get Bitcoin out quickly because we had stacked catalysts that was really impacting sentiment in a good way on Bitcoin. So first of all, we had the background of the light CPI, which we predicted, by the way, because of, you saw the video earlier, because of what was happening underneath in IWM. The quality small caps were exploding at key inflection points with low RSIs, ready to really break out ahead of CPI, which told you the smart money thought that we're going to have a light CPI. So we predicted that IWM breakout for you, give you a 216 to 217 target. I think we might be right there. But in any case, that's still a tailwind underneath for Bitcoin, right? Light CPI, lower rates, that's good for Bitcoin. Then on top of that, this Trump assassination attempt has many, many aspects of it, which is good for Bitcoin. One of them is just general geopolitical turmoil. Imagine if, look at the rest of the world. What's the rest of the world thinking about America? You know, one of the aspects of Bitcoin is that it's an alternative currency. If the USD is lowered in this theme of world participants, that could be good for Bitcoin. And we have geopolitical turmoil, whether it's a unsuccessful assassination attempt, or can you imagine if it was successful? I think Bitcoin would have been up even more if it was successful. And let me tell you, the threat's not over on Trump. So geopolitical turmoil in the event of a successful assassination good for this alternative currency. Then we have Trump victory odds have risen because of this assassination attempt. Everyone acknowledges that at this point. And you see the market really pricing that in today. But Trump has signaled increased support for Bitcoin and is supposed to be speaking at some Bitcoin conference coming up. So this is a catalyst. That's our interpretation of why it was positive for sentiment. No real fundamentals to speak of here, and except maybe you can call fundamentals a limited supply or something on with the limited dilution you have on Bitcoin. In any case, that's why I made Bitcoin a trade idea. We then turned to the technicals and right on target, 61,000, moving towards our target of 63,500 to 64,000. Boom, boom, boom. And now also the market's getting a bid. We told you over the weekend we thought that would happen as well, because if Trump comes in, not only if Trump comes in, but now he has a greater likelihood of winning the Senate and the House. And that means he's going to be more likely to get his policies through. Economic policies, tax policies, lower corporate tax rates. That's good for the whole market. QQQ, SPY, that's why you're seeing this bid up this morning. IWM continuing that move. 216 to 217 was their target. We're here at 215 right now. Curiously, TLT is down this morning. I wonder if, remember back in the day before this high inflation came out, for decades that I remember, right? The paradigm always was bonds and stocks moved opposite of each other, right? TLT down, stocks up. TLT up, stocks down, right? Because it was a risk on, risk off type of paradigm. I wonder if that's what we're seeing this morning, because I have no reason to believe that there's a higher expectation for rates. In fact, over the weekend after what happened, the rate expectations have increased for September. The expectations for lower rates have increased for September, which theoretically would bid TLT up. I'm wondering if this is just a risk on, say, I don't want bonds, I want to be in stocks because Trump's going to be elected. That might be what we're seeing here in pre-market. TLT is still above the key level of the 20 DMA. So I'm not really concerned to believe that this IWM move is like fake, right? We always look at TLT as kind of the North Star for IWM. Maybe there's a sea change, and do we go back to that old paradigm of risk on, risk off? Let's move our money out of bonds and into stocks. Maybe that may be what's going on. At least that might explain the pre-market price action of why we're seeing this disconnect between TLT and IWM. Now, let's move on over to our top picks. First of all, today, maybe not a day to chase at the open. A lot of these stocks, in fact, most of these stocks we're about to cover with you are official story trading ideas where we have the theses out. All right here in Discord. Look at these theses: Bitcoin, GEO, DGT we'll talk about. SoFi might be still time for that. All right, so we got lots of trade ideas out. NVAX, which we called AMLX, there might be room for that. VTSI, lots of great trade ideas here. So CORZ, CORZ. All right, we'll go through these. There might be an opportunity in a few of these still at these prices, but some of them we got to be careful. Let's first talk about continuation of this Trump theme. We have GEO here, but let's get our MAGA watch list. All right, MAGA, DJT. Last night, DJT was trading at $37 on the overnight market. In fact, before the overnight market opened, we gave you an upper target of $53. All right, $53 is the target we gave you. You don't believe me? Let's go over there. All right, so let me show you right here. DJT gave it to you at 7:37 p.m. before the overnight market opened at 8 p.m. We gave you a target of $40 to $53. Look at it this morning. At the open here at 4 a.m., quickly moved to 54.84, but then found that resistance right there. You see that at $53. So look, I got lots of other things I'm going to be focusing on. Don't think I want to be chasing DJT here. However, if you're going to play it, this could be a good guide. This $40 to $53 range that we talk about here, you can take a look at our card and go over the sentiment, the technicals, and why we think this is going to happen. Also, the risks that we talk about here. So DJT hit our target, got resisted at the target. Maybe the way to take advantage of that was to short at $53, but I think we got better ideas. And one of those better ideas, I think, is GEO. So GEO, let's actually move on over. Before I do that, let me just show you the other Trump MAGA stocks here. DJT, GEO is immigration, RUM, which you know, Rumble, Fun, which is like the BS stock that really isn't so associated with Trump, but people think it still is. Then we have PSQH, which is nice. All right, CXW, another border stock. AREB, we called this out this morning. Oh my gosh. We put a note in the room this morning that AREB was the only stock. It was around 75 cents. And we said, this is the only Trump MAGA stock that's showing good pre-market activity, the only one that has like an open green candle, meaning the current price higher than the 4 a.m. price. Every other one was trading down. We noticed the strength in AREB. We just alerted that to you. But I'm not trading AREB. I just wanted to let you know of the opportunities out there. We did note that early strength to you, AREB, in our Discord VIP chat. All right, let's not move over now to these other top picks. I'll get to cores in just a second. But GEO is something that's been a trade idea. We emphasized it Friday. In fact, I bought more shares of GEO Friday because of this strength in the breakout. And then we updated our trade idea for you here last night, gave you a target of 1631 to 1753. It's right. It got resisted right at that 1750 level and pulled back right there. So it did get resisted. That probably was a good spot to sell. But I think this one has serious fundamental tailwinds and serious fundamental improvement, at least a sentiment improvement, right? That the perception is Trump tough on immigration stocks good, right? So this is something, and that good can really flow to the bottom line. It's a little different than DJT, which is just people voting on sentiment. Here, it's not just voting on sentiment. It's a sentiment to improve because we think the fundamentals are really going to improve later. So this is a strong thesis here on GEO. 1631 to 1753 is the range I have. This is something that I may be looking to add more at 1631 support. Maybe something I'm going to be looking at doing options on. So GEO, I'm going to put right at the top of the list, but be careful in terms of that range, 1631 to 1750. You want to buy closer to the bottom of the range, not closer to the top of the range. Cores, this is a stock by The Godfather. By the way, if you follow The Godfather, it's S Mantel, S-M-A-N-T-E-L, as a contributor over in our community. This has been his stock, has been pounding the table on this. If you head on over, if you want to support The Godfather in our community, you can go to storytrading.com/thegodfatherknows, and you can use this code that we just launched today. It's good for his plans also. It's DJT47 for 47% off, and you can collaborate with him and chat with him throughout the day on his top picks. All right, so cores, his top pick over there, exploding here, 4.5%. Bitcoin's up like some 8% since Friday. It is a Bitcoin miner play. You can take a look at the thesis we have here. You can go to trade ideas and just type in cores idea. All right. And I'll pop right up. New story trading idea cores. All right. We're crediting The Godfather there on the fundamentals. You can refer to his channel. But we talk about the catalyst and sentiment technicals and the risks as well. But today it looks like it's going to be a good day for Bitcoin, especially since we're still bullish towards that 64,000 on Bitcoin. So cores is the way we're playing it. Obviously, there's lots of other ways to play the crypto stocks. Lots of things out there is probably going to work today, including Hood, which I think it's in our model portfolio. I don't think I have a trade idea on it, but it's in our model portfolio. I have a position on that. So in any case, let's move on down the list and see what else we got. So that's Bitcoin, cores, GEO, TSM, triple catalyst this morning. All right, this is also one. Now we're going down the list here. At this point, almost everything here is an official trade idea here at Story Trading, except Apple. But man, did we ever call the Apple, this Apple after the event? The thing was down. I was pounding on the table. I'm like, this iPhone is so good for Apple. The market has it wrong. Man, pounding the table on that. So anyway, Apple gets a big upgrade this morning. It's up 2%. Right now, check out the news over here in our news channel. Oops, let's go to our Discord. You go to news under VIP members, and you can see Apple. I think it was Needham. Was it Needham? Apple price target. Morgan Stanley, that's a big one. From 216 to 273. 216 to 273. So Apple, new all-time highs. It's got a bid under that as well. Just letting you know news on that. That's a good stock to hold. I don't really trade that or give trading advice on that other than major events like we had when they released that Apple iPhone. But TSM, triple catalyst, man. They had some positive news this morning. They also had analyst upgrade. Aside from the positive fundamental news, they also have earnings coming up Thursday. So earnings season really picks up in earnest this week. We have AIR tomorrow after the close, AEHR. Then I think Thursday, I think it's Netflix Thursday. I think it's Netflix and TSM both Thursday after the close. All right, this is really going to kick off earnings season for big tech. So TSM, our advice for you, if you go look at our Discord, you'll see it's basically hold this as long as it's holding trend line. All right, this is not one you want to be selling. The fundamentals looking really, really good for TSM. The catalyst, the sentiment, everything looking beautiful. And we're just like, ride this one up. We didn't give you a target. We're like, hold this unless or until the trend breaks. Now, you do have earnings on Thursday, so it might always be wise to take some off the table. before the earnings report on TSM. SMCI, we have a trade idea on this with $1,000 to $1,200 price target. Look at that chart. It's beautiful. 942 up 3.6% because you're joining the prestigious, as it says up here in our news release, prestigious NASDAQ 100 displacing Walgreens. So big bid on that, heading towards their target of 1,000 to 1,200. They have earnings coming up. This is not really an earnings play. This is a play to run into earnings. SMCI, that's what that is. Also speculation about a stock split. So we've been all over that since the NVIDIA and Broadcom stock splits. Let me just take a little pause to see what we have in the comments here. Question on gold. All right. We'll get to gold in just a second. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, SoFi. We put a trade idea out on SoFi. Now, I'm hoping, I was very surprised that SoFi didn't do better on Friday. With KRE, we called out, we had that prediction in KRE Thursday and Friday that KRE would be one of the big standouts, and it was. And SoFi I expected to do much better than KRE, but it really didn't. Maybe with this Trump situation, and if there's an underlying bid in the market, also lower interest rate expectations, maybe that will be what finally launches SoFi. Again, this isn't, you can go look at our chart. I mean, look at our little card, our story trade idea with the technical targets and the reasoning for SoFi. But I personally have a big position in SoFi, including calls. NVAX, man, did we give you the perfect timing to get back into, we're like, wait. We got burned earlier a few months ago, but we haven't talked about it a while because we're waiting for something to turn around. So finally, we got the signal to go long NVAX. Was it Thursday or Friday? I don't remember exactly, but another one, you can take a look at that card. I think I have a $14.85 price, or $15 actually, $15 price target on NVAX. This was really a risk on play, I believe, after IWM exploded on light CPI and biotech was going up. We're waiting for a turnaround on NVAX with those good fundamentals, $1.2 billion deal with Sanofi. Now finally starting to turn around, breaking above the 20 and 50 DMA, making a move towards 15. NVAX in play, active story trading idea. All right, some other active story trading ideas, only a few more here. AMLX did fail for us on Friday, but this is a swing, holding this. This is from The Godfather. Again, if you're interested in collaborating with The Godfather, head on over to storytrading.com/thegodfatherknows. You can use that code DJT47 today for 47% off. You can use that also on our own plans at storytrading.com/discord. But AMLX did not explode on Friday. It's been exploding for a few days in a row, but this stock has about $5 in net cash after buying a GLP-1 drug out of bankruptcy, phase 3 ready. So this stock is ready to go. I'm not worried about any pullback here. I think you can buy the pullbacks on AMLX. Might be just a matter of time, and probably not a long time, before we air earnings Tuesday after the close. We have the story trading card out on that. I think we did recommend taking some off the table. 1692 before earnings, meaning take some off the table, take some risk off the table at 1692. However, if we get good guidance, did I put it in the card? I think I put the price targets in the card, but it could be much higher. I'll just leave it at that. All right, I'll go check that card that I have with the 1690 target. And if it's not updated with earnings, what could happen after earnings, I'll make sure to update it with what could happen tomorrow afternoon after earnings and the price targets on air. MU, one of my favorite big cap stocks. We have a long-term story trading pick idea on this. We are not backing down on this. We're not scared on this one. This is the NVIDIA of memory, as we're calling it, 50 DMA riding up that line. And we're looking forward to, I think, an almost guaranteed break of that 20 DMA and a move towards 144. Look at that RSI, very low. Nothing's a guarantee, though, no matter how much I say or how much you think. All right, you got to follow your allocation rules and manage your risk. All right. And then, all right, let's just leave it at that. I will say, oh, you did see ASPN. Oh, my gosh, so much other good stuff. Unbelievable. ASPN, we played the video right before the show opened. We called this like to the penny, $28 to $29 price target. This was on our show. A viewer asked us about it, gave you the quick analysis. It was at 24.50 at the time, gave you a 28 to 29 target, and it's almost there. And we had high conviction. That was a great idea that was asked in the chat. ASPN, thank you very much for giving that to us. PBI, still a story trading idea, 650 to 750 target, been up almost every day. Right now, it's in the middle of the target after that good fundamental news, cutting expenses, potentially adding $3 of value to that stock. So things looking really good here in VKTX. Of course, you know that's a trade idea that we have on for a while. Actually, not even a while. that's the beautiful thing about story trading. Are like we give it to you right at these inflection points where it's about to boom, right? We gave you VKTX early pre-market on July 10th. It opened at $54. We gave you 2 targets, hit the first one, second target's around $61. But that could be just the beginning, depending on how the data plays out later this month. Wow, good stuff. What is going on with RVMD? Woohoo! That's a stock from The Godfather. So I have not been totally on top of this, but wow, great contributions from The Godfather. Looks like they put out earnings expectations or something like that. They pre-announced talking about their projections. All right. So RVMD. Oh, did they come out with that data? Is that today? I think that's today. Pancreatic cancer data. Did that come out? So that must have come out. So again, big pick by The Godfather. Another one, EVLV, another potential kind of Trump play in terms of gun detection. This is moving up nicely. We talked about this before, up 7.5%. So that's a lot of stocks we covered. Let me quickly look at gold over here for Yosef. Gold's a tough one. You know, I don't love doing predictions on the indices. I don't love trading them. Although, you know, I've been giving good predictions on indices and things like this. But this is a beautiful chart. Look at that W pattern, W bottom above the 20 DMA. It really looks explosive. But, you know, I don't know that I can give you a prediction on what will happen today on this thing. But in the intermediate term, this thing really looks explosive. You can see that W pattern bouncing right off the 20 DMA and the RSI not really being overbought yet on the weekly. Well, it's close to overbought. And the daily, not yet overbought. But I don't know. I think there's other better plays out there. Look at Bitcoin surging towards their target. I have more confidence in Bitcoin reaching our targets than any kind of target I could give you on gold today. So in any case, let's head on over back to our top picks. And as I'm doing this, just a reminder, if you want to be part of this show, we'll see. You know, we do this show every single morning live for our VIP members. And also importantly, we collaborate with you guys throughout the day over at storytrading.com/Discord. You know, this is not going to be free every morning. We do it now and then. We did it Friday. We did it today because of the news that came out over the weekend. But if you want to be with us and you don't want to miss these awesome trade ideas, we put them out in the evening over the weekend. And you want to be right on top and the first to be involved because a lot of our trade ideas, as I said, they explode within hours very quickly. Again, because we are playing towards our belief system that markets are efficient. So we're looking for delta of information that can cause rapid re-ratings, delta in price. That's our philosophy. That's what we target. And that's the outcome is very, very fast movements when we call something out. So if you really want to be getting the most out of what we're offering, sure, you can follow us on X, but head on over to storytrading.com/Discord and you can use that code DJT47 for 47% off. Now, let me see if I can quickly kind of order these for the day. I think I kind of pre-ordered this. I cheated this morning. I was trying to figure out. These are going to be here on the top. TSM for sure. All right. Bitcoin. That's like I never put like indices in my top 5. Like Bitcoin, IWM, gold. I never really do that. That's just there to say, all right, Bitcoin stocks would be bullish, right? That's why I have Core. So let me just move that out so we don't have any confusion here. Let me move SoFi up into this list as a follow through from last week. So we got Cores on Bitcoin, Geo on Trump, TSM on the triple catalyst, SoFi on continuation of our trade idea on Friday. And wow, NVAX is looking great. But I think, let me add one more. I'm going to take another shot at AMLX today. At some point, this thing's got to explode. I'm going to put it down the bottom list because I don't see any signs in terms of a catalyst this morning or pre-market action that it's going to explode today. So I'm going to move this down to 5. But it's just so compelling. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just so compelling with the fundamentals, and now the $5 in net cash trading at $2.16 with the GLP-1 drug. I think I got to leave it there in the top 5 until this thing explodes. All right. So look, a lot of stuff looking great. Big caps, Apple, SMCI, this Novavax breakout we talked about, MU, a lot of things looking beautiful. But let's bring it over to the top 5 here today for Cores, Geo, TSM, SoFi. Not necessarily can you just buy these things at the open. TSM I did because it's only up 0.67%. I added this. I already have a position, but I added more on the 2 additional catalysts out this morning. Added more common shares to my account heading into earnings. Geo, I'm looking to add more on a dip. Cores, I'm looking to enjoy this move and exit with a nice big win, because we got a bunch of call options on Friday, nailing that. Godfather helped with the timing on that, so that was beautiful. And SoFi loaded up. Oh, this, I just got to cross my fingers on this one. This is finally going to go. Loaded up on some SoFi call options. Let's see if that works. So those are your top 5 picks for today, everyone. Cores, GEO, TSM, SoFi, and AMLX. Good luck, everyone. And if you want to continue the conversation with us and you want to make sure you don't miss any of these shows, look at Bitcoin heading over to 63,000. Head on over again to storytrading.com/Discord. This code will be good through the end of the Republican National Convention Thursday at midnight. It's DJT 47 for 47% off. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Let's continue to kill it. That's supposed to be the exit music. Where is it? Come on, man. On cue. Exit. Exit. Intro. I can't find it. What the hell happened? Here it is.